300, 200, 100, 50, 40, 30.
Come join Chapter 288's Great Taxi In. And stop right there and enjoy.
I'm the president of the EAA Chapter 288, and this is an event that we set up in the EAA 288, and the intention is to bring all the airplanes out for people that live here so they can look at what everybody's flying. And we've got about 60 airplanes today, and everything from 1928 Travel Air to a brand new RV-10s. And we got it all set up now. We'll leave the display open for a couple hours so the EA membership can look at all the airplanes and the local residents can come and see what we do for fun.
Hi, well, this is Zenzele. Zenzele means, it's Zulu for do-it-yourself. I built this plane at the factory in South Africa, at the Sling factory, and I did that primarily because of issues with shipping during 2020. We all know what was happening then. So I built it here in South Africa, and then I had a wonderful journey along with two other new airplanes. This is the first production version, kind of a production prototype, if you will, from a flat box kit. Built it over there and then had the great honor of flying it back with the initial prototype and with JP and his beautiful tailwheel version of the aircraft up to Oshkosh a couple years ago. So this is a Sling high wing. It's the first of its kind in the US that's a nose wheel, and JP has the first tail wheel. This is a composite in the middle, as you can maybe see, and then metal for the wings and the empennage. I wanted a high wing aircraft that was very capable in terms of load carrying and speed, relatively fast. It didn't have to be super fast for my retirement aircraft. My other ride is an Airbus 321, and this has got a wonderful cockpit. I have an all Garmin stack here. I've got two G3Xs, the G5, a 650, the autopilot. Very, very capable aircraft. I have the Behringer brakes. I even can tell you what the pressure and temperature of my wheels are.
No, like in the Airbus.
Yeah, well, on my phone, even more sophisticated, the Airbus. I can check it out from a distance. So it's just a wonderful plane. I have the Rotax 915 IS turbocharged engine, and that is, let's see, something more pretty. Let's put the map up here. And that's turbocharged 141 horsepower. When I built this aircraft, the 916 was not yet available, but I knew it was on the horizon. So you may notice that the N number is 915HW. Soon, by May, this will change to 916 when I install my new 916 IS engine with 20 more horsepower for takeoff and climb. So I'm very excited. I love the plane. I've made great friends worldwide as a result of the adventures. This started out as a passion project just for me, but it turned out that I ended up becoming sort of an unintentional influencer. A lot of people followed my build and the journey, and it's just been absolutely spectacular. So I came here to do a talk about my build and adventure to the EAA chapter here at Spruce Creek. And I've been here before. I've been looking at real estate on and off for decades. And while I was here, I found a house, and it was just the right fit for my husband and I. And now I'm a week into being a Spruce Creek resident. I am so excited to be here.
My name's Jeff Michael. I live here in Spruce Creek, and this is my P-51. I named it Obsession because that's what it is. It's definitely an obsession. I bought it in 1982. Back then, a Mustang cost you around $300,000. Now, a good Mustang will cost you $3 million. I don't think this was a $3 million one. But anyhow, I've had it for a long time. I'm a retired airline pilot, and I've flown a lot of air shows. And right now, I mainly just do flybys down here at Spruce Creek. And everybody loves to hear it because it's got its own special sound.
How much fuel does it take?
Well, you can cruise it on a gallon a minute, and you'll be doing it right at 300 miles an hour. Or you can burn 2 gallons a minute and do maybe another 50 knots more. So I figure a gallon a minute, that way it's easy math. You know, fuel $5.50 a gallon, so the fuel alone costs me $5.50 a minute just to run it. And if you want to go faster, then it's going to cost you, fuel-wise, it's going to cost you twice that much. But this cruises pretty easily around, I cruise it around 10, 12,000 feet. It'll go to 41,000, but not with me in it because you got to have oxygen and it gets really cold up there. So I stay around 10, 10.5. It's a good aerobatic airplane. I flew air shows in it for many years. Now I mainly just do flybys down here at the creek. And everybody likes to hear it run. I call it Merlin music because it's got that special sound. So and everybody likes it. I meet a lot of interesting people that never seen one before. So
What's an annual run?
I annualed it one time for $500. And I annualed it one time for $30,000. So it depends on what's wrong. You know,
$30,000 maintenance in 1 year.
Yeah, it depends on what it needs. Now, like right now, an engine overhaul for this thing will cost you $300,000. So if your annual comes up and you need a new engine, then your annual is going to really be expensive. So, but it varies from time to time.
Kermit weeks, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You need to be Kermit to have one of these. He can afford one. So I look at it more than I fly it, but I love to look at it, and I love visitors to come up. I put them in the cockpit and let them take their pictures, and I've totally enjoyed it. So hope to keep it a little while longer.
Yeah, this is a Vans RV-10 aircraft. My name is Bob Newman, and I built this aircraft and first flew it in 2012. So we've been flying this airplane for now 12 years. It's a 4-passenger airplane really meant for cruising. And this home-built airplane we use to regularly transit from Florida to Pennsylvania. We have about 1,000 hours now on this airplane. And it's a fully instrument capable for instrument weather airplane. And we just take it all around the country. This airplane took about 4,000 hours to build.
4,000 hours?
Yeah. So over the course of 8 years, I built this basically in our garage. And when completed, went to the airport and to do our first flight. So it's been a really great airplane, and we've enjoyed the Vans airplanes for sure.
This is 1946, and it's actually a close predecessor of the Piper Cherokee.
Had been built in 1946.
The design. Okay. This individual one was a 1999 kit, which I finished 2 years ago.
Oh, you did it on your own? Okay, oh, nice. That's great.
It's basically similar to an air coupe in terms of performance and size, and there are maybe 300 of them in the world. And they are scattered around the world.
How long did it take you to build it?
This one, I did not do the first part of it, and it was about 10 years.
Wow.
But it was slow. It was not hurried.
How fast it is going? What's the speed?
It's 100, 105 miles an hour. The nice thing is you can fly it the way you see it with the canopy open.
Oh, nice.
It's allowed to fly it any way.
Really nice.
It's basically the same engine as a Cessna 150, but it is a smaller, lighter airplane on the outside. On the inside, it's a little more room than a Cessna 150.
Ah, okay. So what's your typical distance? You go for breakfast or so, or
Anywhere, yeah.
anywhere?
Anywhere. I enjoy, to me, I've had bigger airplanes,
Yeah.
but I've always owned MG sports cars. This is my airborne midget MG.
Okay, great. Nice.
And the most famous one, well, no. The most famous one is the Cherokee. But this Lockheed Model 33, Little Dipper, was a single-seat airplane. Lockheed wanted to sell airborne motorcycles in World War II to the military. And their advertising pitch was,
Yeah.
you didn't have to have a pilot. Any military guy could handle it. Lockheed brought one to the Pentagon, landed in the parking lot. The brass came over, looked at it, and then they pointed over at a bunch of military guys, say, you, come over here. Talk to that Lockheed man,
Yeah.
and do what he says.
And then they were flying.
And then the guy climbed in it, started it, did what he was told, took off, flew all the way around the Pentagon and landed again.
So it's not that difficult to fly.
No.
No. Okay.
And that's how the Cherokee, I think, acquired its easy flying.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. Actually, you're talking about the Kodiak. Well, it's a Kodiak. Right there, it's turbine. And I've flown it. It's real short film landing.
It's a cargo.
Well, a very deep approach. I think seats on it and cargo. Yeah. But I mean, it's a pickup.
And that's a what about?
That's same as the RV. But it's comfortable.
Hey lady, what's going on? How are you? I just told him I found my dream airplane. Right there. The Kodiak, right there. The big one, the monster. Huge cargo. Six-seater.
Just checking what you're talking about here.
You can actually get in and out of it without breaking your back.
Okay, this is my 1946 Taylorcraft. It's one of the slowest airplanes in the display. It makes a lot of fun to fly it. I changed this from a Bonanza to the Taylorcraft.
So before you flew a Bonanza?
Before I flew a Bonanza, and now I'll fly for fun.
What's the speed?
The speed is about 85 miles per hour.
And it needs less gas than a car, I assume.
And it needs less gas than the Bonanza.
So you work hard on that plane?
Well, it needs some care because it's old. Yes, but it has a brand new prop.
A brand new prop.
Well, the prop has now 50 hours.
Yeah. What did you do else on that plane?
Oh, now it has a radio, and it has a transponder, and it has ADS-B out, so that I'm visible in the airspace.
Good.
Well, it has very precise sensors, like for example the fuel sensor. I always see if there's enough fuel in the tank. Gravity cannot fail.
That's crazy. Nice. And it's good.
It has a huge wing, so it's very close to be a glider. It has only 65 horse.
65 horse.
65 horse, and it consumes about 4 gallons per hour. It has 3 tanks, two in the wings and 1 header tank where there is the fuel indicator.
Yeah.
And you can fly easily 6 hours. But you are not getting far. That depends on the wind.
This is an RV-8. It was started in 1998. My name's Mike Kelly, by the way. It was a 5-year build. It was finished in 2003, so it's 21 years old now. The lady on the front is my wife, and that was a few years ago also, but that was an airbrush picture by a guy named Chris Cruz in DeLand, put that on both sides of the cowl, which they would do in World War II. And the paint job is to simulate something in like a World War II airplane. It flies about 175 miles an hour, and I've got 1,600 hours on it now. And it's been a great toy. I really enjoy it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay, just a
This is a RV-8 that's modified with a radial engine, uses a Werner 9S with a GT2 blade electric constant speed propeller. It's been flying since 2016 and flies great. It cruises about 140 knots, has 158 horsepower, and it's just a regular RV-8, but the front end has been changed to accommodate the radial engine. It's a taller firewall and a different cowling.
So you built it on your own?
Yeah, I built it starting in 2008 or 2006 is when I started building it.
How long did it take?
It took 10 years to get it finished, and then after swapping to a different engine and the modifications required for that, it took another couple years to iron out.
So you built it in your garage or in your hangar? Or?
Started in a basement in Detroit, and then we moved down here to Spruce Creek, and it's I finished it in a hangar.
And for sure he wants to be a pilot too? Or yeah, you want to be a pilot?
Actually, I want to be in the military.
You want to go to the military?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's great. Perfect. Let's just take one more. Okay. 3 generations of aviators.
So I'm Jay Jabor, and this is actually my wife's airplane. She flies it. It's a Warrior, 161 Warrior, and she flies it on local missions mostly, and it's a great little transportation machine. I have an RV-7 that I built myself.
That's good. Very good. Thanks for being here.
I'm Ted Chang, and this is a Vans RV-10 I built. It finished in 2020, and took us, my wife and I, a year and a half to build this airplane. Then we hired a professional painter to paint the airplane. RV-10 is a 4-seat airplane, and uses like Cummins IO 540, 260 horsepower engine, and with a 2-blade constant speed propeller.
How fast is it going?
And usually I cruise at 160 knots.
Okay.
Yeah, the top speed can go up to 180 knots.
Wow.
The most distance is in western Louisiana, almost at the Texas border.
Wow.
Yeah, we have not made too many long trips yet. Original plan was to fly around the country.
And this is, how many planes did you build before?
This is the third airplane I built.
You still have another one, huh?
Yeah, I still have the first one I built. That's RV-9A, also by Vans Aircraft.
All right, well, I'm Sean. This is a 1979 Gulfstream American AA-5B Tiger. It was produced in Savannah, Georgia in 1979 and was the last production year of the Gulfstream Grumman Tiger. At that point, Gulfstream had sold, Grumman had sold its light aircraft division to Grumman, and this was the last production year before Gulfstream started producing their famous line of planes. So it's my little single engine 0360 A4K that I absolutely love.
And you do some trips with it?
Yeah, I do trips of this. I've been out to Texas with it, been down to the Keys, all over with it.
With your family and friends?
Yeah, with family and everything like that, and my mother and stuff like that. So.
Perfect. Hey, thank you very much.
No problem.
He says, okay, let's go land, bro. So he goes, come around land, and my landings are not always very good. And it was the perfect 25-knot landing. He says, you're done, let's go to the hangar. 15-minute check.
Hello, this is Pat. I'm Lenny Olson. And we own this Waco. It's a 1941 UPF-7. And we have flown it around the United States 3 times, across the United States 10, 12 times. We've flown it in every province in Canada and North Arctic Circle in Alaska. I bought it from Ray Fow at the end of 99.
99?
Actually, I bought it from his estate. He died of cancer.
How fast is it going?
How fast does it go? It goes about 80 miles an hour.
It takes how much?
Not
fuel?
knots.
Okay.
80 miles an hour. We got 3 hours and 3 minutes worth of gas.
Okay.
So,
And if you go to Canada or so, how many stops do you do in between?
every 2.5 hours we make a stop at 80 miles an hour.
Okay. And you fly low?
Well, if you flew high, you'd have to come down faster because you're using more fuel.
Okay. And you're both pilots for sure?
Yes.
Thank you.
Both are flight instructors.
That's good.
Both are commercial pilots.
You're ATP.
So
Yeah.
you're instructing since how many years?
Around 71.
71 years you're instructing?
No, around 1971.
1971, okay.
My name is Pat Olson, and I purchased this Grumman Tiger in 1976, 180 horsepower, Lycoming engine, in February 9th, 1979. I've had it 45 years. I've had it longer than the husband.
That's good.
I've gotten my commercial, my instrument. Didn't get my complex, but I bought it from another gal in New London, Connecticut. And it's been all over the eastern United States. And for what it is, it's a nice little airplane. I paid $28,000 for it at 11.68% with the bank for the mortgage in 5 years. I worked 5 jobs to pay for it.
Wow.
So, and there's my...
That's nice.
Well, this is my original checklist. This is the owner's manual from 1970. Well, it was first manufactured in 1976.
Mm-hmm. And you still have printed charts?
Yes.
Or you do fly with an iPad?
No. I printed charts. They're right over here.
Ah, okay. The sectional charts.
Yeah, and also I've got steam gauges.
Yeah,
People don't even know what steam gauges are. And the maximum gross weight is 2,400 pounds. It takes 8 quarts of oil. It burns 11.6 a gallon, and it holds 56.2 gallons. And divide that by half.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, it has 1 new engine, 1 new paint job, and when I bought it from the girl in New London, Connecticut, it had small numbers, and when I had it painted, it had to have larger numbers. So, I'm very proud of it, and proud of all the women who fly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Phillips, the AMP, and I'm working on this motor glider. It's called a Shamango. And as you see, the wings fold out. It's 55 feet folded out, and 33 folded in, I guess, so you could treat it like a regular, normal airplane. Fits in a regular hangar. And this is a customer of mine. He flew it from Mississippi yesterday, And his average ground speed was about 155 knots ground speed, all the way from here from Mississippi. And I can't remember what year this is. It's about 20-something years old, 23 years old. And it's got the Rotax, 100 horsepower Rotax 912. And yeah, it's a motorized glider. It's pronounced Shamango, SH. And it's a Brazilian manufactured airplane under the utility category. And you have to have your glider license to fly it, and then you get a self-launch endorsement. It's kind of like a tail dragger endorsement. So you get your glider license first, and then you get with an instructor, and he signs you off to do a self-launch like that. And what's funny about this airplane, it was unique, I guess you should say, is a 14-year-old kid can fly this airplane. Oh. Yeah. And which sounds funny. I mean, it's got retractable gear, and then watch the prop, watch. The prop, when you want to be a glider, you go like this. Now you're a glider. Okay. See how it feathers? Like that. Oh. So at that point, you're a glider right there. We'll shut the engine off, of course. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, it's got a 30-to-1 ratio, glide ratio. So it's pretty efficient. It's kind of a good compromise, if you will, for some other compared to other gliders and other airplanes. Like I just flew one 2 days ago from here, Daytona area, to Dallas, and I could have done it one day, but I had a late start. I stopped in West Mississippi because of rain. It was late, and then I flew to on into Dallas. It was 825 nautical miles, and I can't remember how much gas it was. It wasn't much gas. We got gas twice.
Less than a car, huh?
Much less than a car. It burns 4 gallons an hour.
So this is very efficient, huh?
Very efficient, yeah. And the winds weren't all that favorable the second day. The first day, we were 138 knots ground speed, 120 indicated. And then the second day it was terrible. We had a terrible headwind. It was I didn't see much over like 90 knots ground speed, and but it was smooth. It was a smooth ride. So it was kind of a compromise. Go slow and be smooth. Uh-huh. Or get beat up and go fast.
What does it take per hour? How many gallons?
It burns 4 gallons an hour. 4 gallons an hour. It holds 22 gallons, 11 per side. And yeah, you can throttle right back. You know, if the winds are good and you're not in a hurry or anything, you can bring the throttle right back and burn very little fuel. Perfect. And yeah. So the one I delivered to Dallas was going to a school. This guy bought it. He had 15 other airplanes, 172s, a couple twins, etc. And then this was new to his fleet, and it was basically 3 airplanes in one because you get a tail dragger aspect of it, and then you get the glider side, and then you get a cross country airplane. Very economical compared to these 172s. I pass 172s all the time in this thing, and so it was a good hit for his school.
So you like it very much, huh?
Yeah, we've sold over the years. Last 20 years, we sold 67 of these things.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, Mike.
$50, $40, $30, $20, retard, retard, retard.